Good morning, everyone. It's a nice sunny day, Sunday, and I just want to talk about traction compounds. It's what, if you're new to the hobby, it's a liquid that we put on tires to give it more grip and to have faster lap times. You can buy this, so many companies sell it. In the early 90s, I was using Paragon FX, I believe. And uh, and nowadays, I think there are lots of different brands from LRP, from and so on. So there's just a lot of companies selling traction compounds. And myself, for people who know me and my daughter, so we're decent racers. We're pretty okay. We're pretty fast. Uh, uh, I use a home brew. Uh, the reason why is for two reasons. One is I'm cheap. The traction compounds are very expensive. I just cannot bring myself to pay for liquid gold. But second, actually, seriously, the more important reason why I use homebrew is I want to know the ingredients that I'm dealing with. So I heard in the past when I did my own research that, some of the attraction compounds might be using harmful chemicals. And I prioritize my health over winning an RC race. Hence, I did research and I did come up with my own uh, uh, traction compound that is, I feel, relatively safe. Relatively safe. I know what the ingredients are. I can put it on my hands and it's not going to burn it off. But I still, you know, it's still not. I'm not 100% happy with it in the sense that uh, it makes the car fast, but on the safety side, I wish I could find a formula that is more safe. Um, Basically, what it has is what we call metal silicate or wintergreen. This is used for muscle pain, so it's relatively safe. I can take this and put it on my arm. It will give you a warm. It's heat. It's heat. It helps warm up your muscles. So if you have body aches and so on, so that's my active ingredient when I on my home brew. Um, it opens up the pores of the tires and and yeah, I think that helps in providing some grip. It might also help soften the tires. But the problem with this is if you drop this on your controller, the plastic of your controller, you'll notice it will melt the plastic a little bit. So while it is relatively safe to put, it's not something that I am comfortable with. There's also a smell. So there's a strong smell to wintergreen or metal silicate. They're the same thing. Um, Hence, it can make people dizzy, have eye problems. So it's a lot of issues with people. So this normally gets banned in competition. Compounds that have a strong odor is not allowed, and so on. So that's one reason why, when people ask me why don't I sell my compound, it's because I'm not comfortable selling something that can harm someone. All right, so it's not 100%, safe. But you know, I don't think there's any traction compound that's safe. But I try to make the safest I can make. And then you the problem with this is it's too it evaporates quickly. So then the benefits is gone. So you have to mix it with some oil that thickens it so that it doesn't evaporate too fast and the effects only last a few laps on the track. So I've been using this for about maybe 10 years, just refining refining the ratios of oil of the oils to try to get the right compound. So if it's a very high grip, I have a different ratio versus a very low grip track, because you can have too much grip, and if you have too much grip, your car does not flow through the corner. It's too sticky, and the lap times is slower, or you might traction roll. Hence, you have to have the right balance of traction compound. Too sticky is not always fast, so you have to I have different formulas. I label it by numbers, which is the ratio of my mix, and I use it differently. Number two, I use for high grip. Number three, I use for low grip. Other people do the same. They mix their traction compounds depending on the track. Yeah, so that's where I am. And but I kept trying to develop something that is safe. I'm getting old, and I don't want to get health issues just because I want to go faster. So right now I've done a lot of research, and after 10 years, I think I came up with something I'm really happy with. So this one, it's yeah, it's safe. So there's no smell. It's odorless. I can put it on my hands. No burning sensation. My skin will not flake off. Normally people who use traction compounds a lot, you'll notice your skin flakes off here. This one is very safe. So what do? I just take this oil, and this is a 10-year-old tire. And when I put it on and just it restores the oil, and now the tire feels like it's almost brand new. So you just put it on and let it soak in. So the oil will soak in, the rubber will absorb the oil, and that's where you get the grip back. So the tires, they lose their grip when you use them. The heat cycle, the oils in the tire evaporate and dry out the tire, and hence a new tire becomes slower as you keep using it. So if you're on a budget like me, I don't like to buy new tires just to run them 1, 2, 3 times or one race day. I mean, this is a hobby, so I really make use of old tires and try to make them last long. My daughter has won in 2016. My daughter won the Tamiya TRF class. She won 8 out of the 10 race series using one set of tires. I'm not kidding. That tire had over 50 runs, and she just was winning with one set of tires. Um, so here, and actually, this 10-year-old tires, she's been racing this recently in our local track, and doing well. So probably the second fastest car there with 10-year-old tires. All right, so you can still go fast without necessarily having to spend a lot on tires. If you have the right oil or liquid, chemicals, whatever, you can kind of restore the tire to a very fast state. The thing is, you have to just set up your car to run with old tires, because new tires have a different kind of grip, and to maximize it, you have to have a different setup for that. But that gets expensive. You have to keep running new tires. So I rather set up my car for old tires and try to go fast that way. I mean, I don't want to buy speed. I try to be as economical as possible. So yeah, notice I'm using my hands. So I feel so comfortable with this liquid that I've recently formulated. It's a mix, but yeah, yeah. So this one, and you put it. Um, I like it because I can sense the tires like it. I've tried many liquids on tires, from vegetable oil to even motor oil. um, to shock oil, all kinds of oils and methyl salicate. The feeling is different. I mean, here the oil, this oil does not evaporate. All right, it doesn't evaporate, so it's there, and then it also penetrates the rubber. It's penetrant, so it gets into the oil. It's not WD. So I also had tried WD. This doesn't work well. All right, it's good to keep the it. It's good. It's basic, but it's not as good. All right, this is not good for racing. It's not fast. Um, so yeah, so all I can say is I like this oil that I'm using right now for racing. Yeah, just put it on, and it's very friendly to the tires. The tires eventually it will absorb the liquid, and maybe after an half a day, yeah, it will be dry like this one, soaked in. And I suggest when you're not racing during to keep your tires well conditioned and very, not dry. Yeah, apply this during the week, maybe once every other day until your race day, or the tire no longer soaks in the oil. Then that means it's saturated and it has as much oil as it can take, and I think that's a good state. So yeah, that this is helpful to keep your racing budget low. Unless you're really at the highest level of racing, then of course you just buy new tires, use the whatever popular traction compound there is. Um, yeah, so I do this one for those who want to try it. I will sell it. So this one I'm not gonna sell because yeah, of the smell. It works. Actually, my daughter in Korea in the Tamiya Asia Cup. After the first day, she was Q2. No, second fastest car in the GT class in Korea 2016. And we were using this. We only brought this. Problem with that is after the first day, the organizers decided to add a condition that while they allowed traction compound, they decided that those that had a smell will no longer be allowed. And they only stated that in the contest. So yeah, my daughter got into a little pain with that because we had no other traction compound available to use for the event. But it was she was second fastest using my home brew. Um, but now I do believe this one will be better. Time will tell if it's gonna be faster on the track. But for sure, I've already put this in all my on my tires as a conditioner. So if you want to keep the tires the best, you have to condition them, meaning put back the oils, and then maybe you might need to put your favorite traction compound or whatever, or just run it pure, meaning this is the pure compound. You put it, run it on the track. Um, yeah, so this is what I'm going to be using from now on. If you want, if you're in the Philippines, you know me. For people who know me, just approach me and or message me on Facebook, and yeah, if you want one, I can sell you one. I'm not gonna. The reason why I just want to protect the other um, traction. I don't want to cause a problem with the manufacturers of traction compounds. It's their business. But for those of my friends who want, to try what I'm using and ask me what I use, then okay, I'm okay to sell it. Message me and I'll tell you how much it is. It's definitely not. I'm not gonna sell it the same price as what's being sold. My point is, I need it to be cheap and safe. And the most important part, it's safe. So yeah, you see, I've been touching this for a long time. My hands are not burning. Yeah. So I need something safe. So I like safe. Safe is the most important part before speed, but I think this is the correct formula at the moment. And if someone wants to give it a try, message me. If it doesn't work for you, you don't like it, it's okay. Return it to me. This is not a business for me, it's just a hobby. I want to help people have a safer hobby. At the same time, have traction. So the goal is to have traction safely. And I think I found a good compromise at the moment. I'll have Porsche run this and race this compound in the future, but at the moment I'm not at the track. I can't get there, but yeah, if you're there, you want to know more, just let me know. I'll give you a bottle to try out if you want. But it does rejuvenate old tires. So at the main case, you use this not during race day, but to condition your tire to bring back the oil and make it if it's still not uh, it's still usable, that tire becomes softer again, and you can use it for a longer period of time. So that's the main important point. uh, you can prolong your tires, not just run it for one race day and it's no longer fast. Yeah, we have to try to keep our hobby cheap, because otherwise, yeah, you know, yeah, no, people cannot compete. But I want you to be able to compete, and that's why I try to always think of a cheaper way to be more competitive. And if you're interested, yeah, I'm willing to share it with you. Uh, PM me, and I'll let you know how much it is. And that's it. So that's my Sunday video. I think, yeah, hopefully um, this can help for you. If not, yeah. But just be aware, traction compounds, don't get it on your hands, don't inhale. It can get through, the fumes can go to your eyes. Even though it's odorless, it can enter your eyes and cause, problems. And I want something that's I know is safe. So I am comfortable that this is safe. I cannot tell what the ingredient is. Of course, I cannot, because um, uh, there are many reasons, but yeah, I cannot. All right, so but yeah, so definitely I'm gonna move away from these semi harmful. I use it. It's the lesser, I know what it is, so I know what I'm dealing with. If I buy a traction compound, I don't know what I'm dealing with. So when I look at the different brands um, of that I've tried throughout the years, I wonder what's inside these things. So I hear some use toluene, xylene, and when I research, these are very dangerous chemicals. Even acetone will melt your tires. They'll dry out your tire, but it helps provide grip. So there are many chemicals that provide grip, but there is a trade-off in terms of safety, right? So many people want to ban traction compounds because of, yeah, I guess it adds cost, it's safety. But to me, there are certain things that actually make it cheaper. So it makes the old tires usable for a long period of time. You don't have to keep buying new tires to have the same speed on the track, or almost the same speed of a new tire, which is good enough, unless you're at a very high level of driving. um, you only need there's a certain level of performance you need. Anything more, your driving might not be able to take advantage of it anyways. So here, this is helps condition your tire and give you more grip. It's not it's more of a long-term approach, meaning put a lot of oils back into your tire so it's like brand new, and then run it on the track. um, yeah, so it doesn't evaporate quickly, so it should last longer as well, not just a few laps but longer. uh, or it's just a good tire conditioner, something for you to help condition your tires, not just traction compound. That's it. That's it. I think it's I think I talked for too long. All right, guys. So have a nice Sunday. You can, if you don't wanna touch it, you can use a paint, paintbrush and paint it on. Just dab it on. So you can just dab it and then use a paintbrush to or a cloth. I use a cloth sometimes and just wipe it around. If you don't want your hands to get messy. But I know, I've been doing it and my hands is okay. I like it on my hands. It's good. No problem. It's okay. This one I'm not gonna touch. I don't dare put this on my hands because I know it's for muscle pain, but too much is bad for you. So if you absorb this through your skin often, it will cause problems. So don't. It's safe, but yeah, it's still not that safe. This one is safe. For me, it's safe. Yeah, I touch it myself. Yeah, it's proof. I'm not worried about this one. This one is 100 milliliters. So this size is 100 milliliters. Uh, yeah, enough for 2 bottles of this size. So just to give you a reference of how much it is. Yeah. All right. Thank you and have a nice day. See you.